Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. We are back in lockdown in Melbourne. What's new? Lockdown number 6. Who cares? I've lost count already. And because of that, I wanted to share my healthy grocery haul with you guys if you are wanting some meal ideas and things to kind of cook to really stay on track during lockdown, because I know that during this time, even though we're allowed to still go outside for walks and you can do home workouts and things, I feel like just the general mood is to kind of be staying indoors a fair bit, and often for me as well, I just start feeling really lethargic. So because I'm not having like as active movements as I normally would every single day, I wanted to make sure my diet was a little bit cleaner. So I've kind of cut out a bit of complex carbs and things, and I'm upping my vegetables so that I'm keeping my immunity in shape and having a lot of vitamins and minerals and things. So that's some of the ideas that I've got this week, and they're really delicious and healthy meals too, kind of inspired by my weekend and a couple of different things I branched out and made. So let's get into it and I can share that all with you. And just a super quick reminder, if you are new here, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. I put up new videos every single week. Okay, so like I said, lockdown, so please excuse the hoodie, but there is literally no point me putting on an actual outfit because it's Sunday evening and that is when I always do my big grocery shop for the entire week. So I might start with what proteins that I've got for this week. And due to, like I said, just wanting to keep my diet a little bit lighter at the moment, I thought I would kind of go more predominantly for seafood. So I got some salmon fillets, which I will be having with some greens, and I got the skin on ones this time because it is really nice if you put a little bit of cracked salt on there and kind of make them really crispy in the pan. But if you really hate the smell of salmon, you could definitely just cook it in the oven instead. I know that sometimes when it's in a pan and you have to have the range hood like going full pelt so that it doesn't stink out your entire house. So that is definitely another option. For some salads, I got these zucchini and lentil falafels from Yumi's. I really like this brand because it's all dairy-free stuff. So it's dairy-free and gluten-free, which is really good for me because I'm lactose intolerant. So I'm going to put these with a garden salad just to kind of beef it up a little bit, because I didn't want to add another protein like another kind of meat. Like sometimes I might add a tin of tuna, but I thought I would give these a go instead. And I've had them before. They are really, really delicious. And there's all different kinds of ones in their range if you prefer like chickpea falafels and that kind of thing as well. Now, something I just saw on a friend's Instagram today was they did some barbecued prawns. So I am not lucky enough to own a barbecue because my balcony is really small, but I did get some raw prawns. So I just got these out of the freezer section and they were about $24 for, what is this, 500 grams. So these are raw peeled prawns and I'm going to season them up. So to go on those, I have some coriander, which I just got sort of pre-chopped in this little packet. And then I also got some chili, just the same. And with these, I'm going to do chili, coriander, and garlic, actually. Where is that? Yeah, I also got that from that fridge section in Woolworths as well. So just this little squeezy tube of garlic. So these three will go on the prawns, and that'll be a really, really nice seasoning. So mine will just have to be pan-fried or even oven-baked or something. But I think that will be really, really tasty and just a really great way to kind of spice up a dinner. And prawns are something that I really feel like I don't eat very often, but if you're not into kind of eating a big piece of fish for seafood, I definitely think is another way to get in a serving of seafood instead and get some of those healthy omega-3s and 6s. The last kind of protein I got are these 4-quarter lamb chops. So I had some similar that were pre-marinated and kind of like a mint and rosemary, I think, sort of seasoning on them. So I'm not quite sure what I'll do with mine. You could even put honey and some kind of seasoning on them as well. So I'll see what herbs and spices I've got in the cupboard because I didn't want to like buy any new ones because I've just got so many. But I think I will use those, and I'm going to pair them with some roast vegetables. So normally I would sometimes put stuff with some greens and potatoes, or even have some like bread with olive oil and balsamic and that kind of thing. But instead I am having a little bit of a lazy girl week because I've just been really busy with work, and because it is lockdown, I don't want to just make it my be all and end all that I have to spend hours cooking in the kitchen. So I found these pre-chopped up veggies as well, and these are just the roast vegetables from Woolies. So It's roasted mixed vegetables, in the Mediterranean style. So it's kind of got like tomatoes, capsicum, red onion, zucchini, that kind of stuff, like all chopped up in here. And this is 350 grams and was about $5. So like I said, to kind of avoid adding, let's say, potatoes and some form of carbs to feel fuller, I'm going to have an entire serving of these as my veggies and carbs and have that with the lamb chops. So I ended up getting 2 packets of those because, like I said, I'll use one for an entire serving instead. The other thing I got to go as a side to the salmon is another kind of lazy girl solution to vegetables. So they have these pre-packaged ones, and I'm not a massive fan of them because obviously they're in plastic, so that's not amazing. But if you were to buy all of these vegetables separately, it would kind of end up costing you more. So these ones are mixed green vegetables and edamame with mint and chive butter. And again, 225 grams serve of vegetables. So instead of using this for 2 servings, I'm just going to eat this entire thing as 1 serving and not kind of also have rice with it as well. So that'll be a really quick and easy way that, like I said, I can still feel really full, but more from vegetables instead of like complex carbohydrates. So again, I got 2 packets of those and I think they were about $4. So not too bad considering the absolute convenience of it. And in terms of like a cost for a meal as well, like a piece of salmon and one of those is $10 for a beautiful home cooked dinner. So sounds pretty good to me. And also, just to beef up those greens, I got some broccolini. So I absolutely love broccolini. I do have broccoli itself sometimes, but I prefer broccolini. I think it's a lot nicer and it kind of just has a little bit of a better taste to me. So to go with those falafels, I'm going to make a garden salad. And to do that, I got some salad mix. So I bought this gourmet salad mix, and these ones are often pre-washed as well, so you can just chuck them straight into a bowl. I got some Lebanese cucumbers to chop up and put into that as well. And what else did I get to go in the salad? Red capsicum, which is one of my absolute favorites. And like I said, although I am lactose intolerant, I do love cheese, and I'm sure many of you can relate to this. So I haven't gone and tried some of the bio cheese alternatives because sometimes the flavor or the texture is just a little bit off for me. So I often prefer to just like add a little bit of actual real cheese and take a lactose tablet. So I've got my OG cheese, which is Vega cheese. I've loved this ever since I was a kid, and I've never deviated from it because I'm just obsessed with this brand. I think it is the best tasting cheese out there. So I just got their pre-grated shredded up cheese. So yet again, could have bought a cheese block, but I'm all about convenience this week because, like I said, during lockdown as well, like my mind has been really, really busy, and I have been a little bit stressed as well. So I'm kind of suffering some maskne and stress breakouts here. So I just wanted to make sure, like I said, my diet was as clean as possible, but also just as convenient as possible, because I'm kind of trying to prioritize like reading a book and sitting on the couch and having some relaxation other than standing in the kitchen for an hour cooking dinner. So for my other lunches, I got some soup because, of course, it is winter, so it's pretty damn cold here still. And yet again, I do often make my own soups, and I have one of those little like whiskey blender things where I can just like blend them up. And in my freezer, I've got a bunch of other servings of soups, but I wanted to just grab some convenient ones. So I just got 2 of these Patango spring lamb ones. These are really, really good. And yet again, this is the kind of thing that says that it's 2 servings, but I will just have 1. So I think the macros on this are pretty good. So per serving is 123 calories. So basically like 250 calories for a lunch meal, which is pretty bang on for me. I wouldn't want to be having only half of that for a lunch. I think that's very, very light on. And the other one that I got is a tomato soup, and that is to have with a little bit of bread because I do want to have a small bit of carbs this week. I don't want to completely cut them out altogether. And yes, I know vegetables and things obviously are a form of carbohydrate as well. But like I said, in terms of complex carbs, very, very limited this week. And so to counter that, for the 3 days of soup, I just picked up these dark rye rolls. So these are dark rice sourdough rolls, and there's 3 in here. So 1 to go with each of my soup lunches as well. And per serving 850 kilojoules. So not quite sure what that turns out to be in calories, but I'll just have these with a little smear of butter on them, and that will just be a really nice side to keep me warm and full in the middle of winter. Now, something else that is a really good winter warmer are oats for breakfast. So I found these Carmen's porridge sachets, and I thought this would be really good because sometimes when I serve my own out, I think that I'm like doing a double serve or going over what a regular serving size would be for oats. So I thought this would be really nice, and these ones are less than 5 grams of sugar, which is really great. Ready in 90 seconds if you want to microwave them, and they are honey, vanilla, and cinnamon flavor. So I will be using those for a couple of my breakfasts this week as well, but mostly what I'm planning to have will be a banana smoothie, and that will be with some greens powder or some spinach mixed into it, which are all things that I have in my freezer pretty much at all times. So I don't have those in this haul because I already had that stuff pre-bought the other week. Now, to go with those oats or just as some general snacks, and yet again on the kind of immunity boosting front, I got some berries. And so the mix of berries that I've got this time is pretty much every type available. I've got some strawberries, which absolutely love, and the price was a little bit cheaper on them again. Some blackberries, which are literally never cheap, but they are very, very delicious, and I really, really like those. And lastly, I got some cherries. So I've been getting this brand West Coast of cherries for the last few weeks, and I really, really like these. And you know when you like randomly Google something, and I was like, I wonder what like the benefits of cherries are, because I've kind of had them for like a month now every week in my groceries, and I was like, I wonder if there's any like strange health benefits that are kind of listed from cherries. And apparently they're really good for like helping you sleep, and they're obviously, because they're like a darker blood colored like stone fruit, they're really good for, I think it was vitamin C, magnesium, and helping ease muscle stress and pain, which is pretty cool if you're someone who exercises a lot like me. Something else on the immunity front, I just thought I would pick up some kombuchas. So instead of drinking like the whole bottle of it, which I find a little bit too much sometimes, I just got these two. So this one is a daytime one because it has a little bit of guarana in it. And then this one is just one that I might have now, and that is the Mojo Gut Shot, which is a spicy ginger. So it's live kombucha cultures and probiotic. So I really do like to grab them sometimes. They're only about $3, and I feel like it's just good to kind of keep your healthy gut going, because for me, some weeks, if I'm suffering from a bit of bloating, I just feel like something must have been a bit off, or I've eaten something that didn't quite agree with me. And I really find those can help get you back on track. So that is a little hot tip there for a snack in case I get hungry. But I think I was just hungry when I was shopping, so maybe I have too much food. But I just picked up some celery sticks, so just a packet of these, and then I got this spicy capsicum dip to have with them. So this one, I really like this flavor, whether it's like just normal red capsicum ones or spicy capsicum. I think it's really, really delicious. So like I said, instead of having that with any kind of crackers or something, I've just got it with the celery sticks instead to keep that really healthy. I picked up some baby avocados, which they're not ripe yet. So these are like organic little avocados, and there's 5 in a pack. And these are kind of harder. So I'll keep these out and let them ripen up for the weekend for a breakfast. So that would be really nice. I've got my lemons, which I get every single week, and I usually just have a hot lemon water in the morning, or even just lemon in some sparkling water in the evening as a little bit of a refreshing drink. So that's something I find really helps with my digestion. Like, I'm not saying I'm not a nutritionist or dietitian or anything, so it's just that for me personally, I feel that it helps with my digestion, and that's something that I really like to keep up with. For some other fruit laying around, I just got some pears because I think they're always nice, and they do take a little bit longer to ripen up, so you can kind of leave them in the fruit bowl for a little bit longer. Then for milk, I couldn't get the Oatly one that I like, so I've gone for this Chobani oat milk instead. These people, they make a lot of Greek yogurt I've seen in the fridge aisle, so I'm sure that'll be really nice as well, and that's just to go in my smoothies because I think oat milk tastes better than almond milk in smoothies. And then this is for any of the oats and cereals and things that I might make. So I've just got unsweetened almond milk, and that is also what I'll have in my coffees. So this brand is the only one that I really like, to be honest. I don't like the taste of a lot of the other ones. I feel like they are really, really off. And sometimes if I go to a cafe and have a coffee, I can't hardly drink it, and I always thought it was the coffee bean or like the style of coffee bean, but then I realized it was just their almond milk and it just had a really funny taste to it. So that is something that I'm really picky about when I do go out and get a coffee, that I am really wanting to know what almond milk they're using, because that'll kind of determine if I like that cafe or not. So for working from home, obviously the major essential is coffee. So I just use this Moccona one, and sometimes if I'm having a morning smoothie and I don't want to have a coffee as well, I will just blend in some of that into the smoothie. So I'll do some ice, banana, cacao powder, some protein powder, and a little bit of coffee, and it kind of makes it like a little energy smoothie. So that's a really nice one if you feel, let's say, a little bit full after having a smoothie and couldn't also stomach a coffee. Then I grabbed some of this Pix peanut butter, which I have deviated a little bit and tried some other brands, but this one is literally just the best, and I'll be using that to make my protein balls. I got some nuts to snack on in case, like I said, I'm feeling hungry. It really depends. Like, sometimes I just like to have certain snacks laying around, and this packet of nuts could last me like a whole month, and I will just occasionally grab for a handful of them. But I do like to have that in the house because, again, I'm not one to run out and do grocery shops a million times a week. This is me done at breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks for the entire week up until the weekend. So I just like to have that kind of stuff laying around, like I said, to save me an extra trip, but also so I'm not tempted to eat anything naughty or junk foodish, because I've already got everything I need here. Just a little boring home essential that I needed was some olive oil. So I get this extra virgin olive oil from Woolworths, and then I put it into my nice custom bottles, which I made. So I just bought these from Kmart, and I got my own labels made up for them. So I will just pour that into there so that it looks really nice in my kitchen. And the last kind of foodie thing I got as a little bit of a snack are these, just to try, because I saw them in the health food aisle. I thought they looked interesting. So they're sweet chili flavored broccoli puffs made with whole grain, and they're gluten-free. So don't know if they'll taste any good, but I thought I would just try them. And the last thing, because like I said, my skin has been a little bit crazy, is just some sheet masks to do. And a great thing about living alone is I can pop these on and don't have to worry about looking a little bit crazy. So this one I grabbed to try and help my skin impurities at the moment. So it's a charcoal purifying mask. I've never tried that brand before, so hopefully that is okay. But I'm quite lucky with my skin in the sense of, like, I don't ever usually need to patch test things. It would be pretty rare that I would have a bad reaction and have really sensitive skin to something. But this one, I used one of these on the weekend. I went and bought it, and I've just bought another one because it was absolutely incredible. So it's with hemp seed oil to soothe stressed out skin. And it's this brand, Skin Republic. This was just from Woolworths as well. Even if you can't get this wherever your shops are or whatever, if you could try and get some hemp seed oil as like just a beauty product or something, honestly, when I woke up the day after using that mask, like, not only were my pores basically not visible anymore, but my skin was so soft and so hydrated. I literally couldn't believe it. I don't ever think I've had a sheet mask work as well as that. And I think it was literally $7. I genuinely felt like I'd had a facial or something. So I wish that this was sponsored, but it's not. But I'm just telling you, these are bloody amazing if you feel like treating yourself to a little nice hydrating skin mask during lockdown. So that is it for my little healthy grocery haul this week. I hope you guys have really enjoyed and got some good ideas for your meals for the week and just things you can do to mix it up a little bit. And yeah, if you're interested in seeing how I cook any of this stuff, I could definitely film some of that. And sometimes I do a little bit of that over on my Instagram as well, just because it's a little bit easier. And I do a lot of different videos on here, so I'm not always doing foodie kind of stuff. But I thought this was a really healthy and interesting week of food, so that's why I wanted to share it with you. And that is all I've got. So love to hear what you guys think and what you're going to be cooking this week. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.